Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series number 138, Night Force, Falcon and Quarrel. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we got the G.I. Joe star, number 138, and that nice kind of carbon fiber-y looking deco going on, which covers the entire packaging. G.I. Joe, Vincent R. Falcone, Vincent R. Falcone and Quarrel. So she doesn't get a real name, but he does, so that's weird. G.I. Joe star, Night Force, G.I. Joe Classified Series. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up. Assortment number. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, main China print, symbols I'm not going to learn. Some more symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, we've got some nice artwork of Falcon and Quarrel, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 138. On this side here, we have number 138 G.I. Joe star. We have Falcon's skill set. And we have Quarrel's skill set, and then we have some pictures from the other side. And then we've got this QR code that you can scan if you want to. It probably only takes you to shop.hasbro.com and nothing meaningful about the characters or G.I. Joe itself. G.I. Joe Classified Series. On the back, number 138, G.I. Joe star. Some nice practical photography here of the figures in action. And then looks like we've got some digital renders here of some of the close-ups of their stuff. There's Quarrel's skill set again. There's Falcon's skill set again. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that do not belong there. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small fine legalese made China print. Vincent R. Falcone and Quarrel. Includes 2 figures and 23 pieces. And an asterisk from over here. So it says, parents, that takes you to GIJoe.com and Hasbro print. I don't think it does take you there, but I haven't checked it in a while, so feel free to do that if you so desire. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figures and the accessories. And there's a lot of accessories here. I'll go ahead and tell you. So let's take a look at the ones that are maybe not so specific to each character. So here we have, you know, an automatic kind of heavy machine gun. It's got the ammo pouch on here. It's removable. Nice molded details, nice splash of color there. I'll say it's removable. It doesn't want to come out, but it's supposed to, see? So there we go. I'll go ahead and stick that back in there. So there we've got a nice little heavy machine gun. Again, that can be used for either or, along with this light or regular, I guess not necessarily light, but regular machine gun. Nice molded details, very realistic looking. And of course you can see it's got a spot there for the magazine I just pulled out. So there's the magazine. And it just ports right up in there. So then there's this knife. It can go with either. I don't know. It kind of looks more like it goes with Quarrel. Then Falcon. Same with this pistol, even though she doesn't have a holster for it. And again, nice molded details. Nice extended magazine on there. Not removable. So then, now I don't know if Quarrel can wear this or not, but you know, there's some night vision goggles like the ones Tunnel Rat comes with. Then there's a flashlight for each of them, but I don't think there's any storage for them. It's got a nice little splotch of green color in there maybe. And then nice molded details. And there's two of them. They're exactly the same. And I think Tunnel Rat may come with these as well. So let's take a look at Lieutenant Falcon's stuff. And here's his shotgun. It's got a nice bit of paint on it there. And then this works about as well as it did in the original release. But the stock is able to move and doesn't really stay attached very well. Got a nice splotch of colors back there for some shells. Shouldn't be on both sides though. These are colored all the way around, so maybe they're not exactly what I thought they were. I thought they were shotgun shells. So there's that. His neckerchief piece. The knife that stores in his backpack. His pistol. His beret. Got a nice, I guess, Night Force logo on it there. No, not really. I don't know what that is. And here we have his backpack. It's got this nice green, some green here for the canteens and the rope. Post here that ports into his back. And then sheath for the knife. And it goes right in there and mostly stays in place. And the last thing is he does come with an alternate head, which is an iron core, steel core helmet. Steel core Night Force helmet. So very nice, nice colors. Nice little wing decoration there. So that's cool. Now the last piece that is anybody can use, I guess, is this nice little grenade launcher. The barrel, not the barrel. The canister rotates some. Might not rotate a lot, but it rotates some. I don't know if you can see it there. So it does rotate for what that's worth. Two fists for Quarrel, in and out hinges. I don't think this is something new that we haven't seen in the line before. And like I said, there's two of them. She has a kukri knife. It's got a nice silver paint app on it for the blade. She has a crossbow. And she has 3 different arrows for it, and of course she fell down. So she has 3 different arrows, 2 that are like regular, well, 3 that are regular pointy arrows, and then this one that's like a grasping claw arrow. And they do fit in the crossbow. I ain't gonna say they stay there too well, but they do fit. Oh, that does clip in there quite nicely. So, there's that. And then lastly, she also has an alternate steel core helmet. That's pretty cool looking. Now let's take a look at Quarrel. And here's her Quarrel. You know, she's named after the thing she keeps her bolts in. Now, I'm gonna say this figure does have some issues with movement. I've heated it up, I've pulled it apart. I cannot figure what the issue is. So at the shoulders here, there's something gumming up the works. So it's not the hinge itself, because I've had this shoulder out and the hinge works fine. So there's just something in here that's just hanging it up, and I don't know what it is. So, and it's not these, because they move out of the way. So you've got her, she's gonna walk around with her arms spread out like that. So I'll get that out of the way. So I do like the fact that she's got this nice, you know, ear mic thing going on. That's pretty cool. And then up under the shoulder pad, she's got a British logo, and then I'm not sure what that logo is supposed to be. And then there's another logo up under this one as well. And of course I'm not going to be able to get it down because I'm filming. There we go. So she has that stylized Z. I don't know what that's for either, but there it is. And these pieces, of course, can slide on and off. And this arm is just, it's not quite as bad as the other one, but, you know. So, there's some reuse here from Scarlet. Probably from the, just below the collar piece on the neck down. Definitely her legs, definitely her hip section. So, this upper portion may be something different, because it is a different piece. I don't think that's an overlay. Yeah, that's sculpt. So this is not Scarlet. The arms look to be, at least from the elbows down, and then she's got her nice little night force colors. Very bright hair though. So let's talk a little bit about her articulation. She looks up that high. She looks down that far. She's got some chicken neck. She's got some waggle. She can do the full exorcist. The arms will rotate 360 degrees. And then the bicep swivel works. Everything but the shoulders. None of the shoulders do have, and there I go bumping stuff. There is some butterfly in there, so that works. Just everything with the up and down with her shoulders. Double hinged pinless elbow. It gives you, it doesn't look like all, there it goes. It gives you that much bend, and then 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an up and down hinge. And then the other side is an up and down hinge as well, cut where the chest and the abdomen meet. And that does give you a full 360 degrees worth of rotation, or did it? It might have turned down here. So anyway, she has one down here as well, and that turns. So there it goes. So they both spin 360 degrees, the upper and lower cuts. With both of those working in conjunction, she can lean back that far. she can lean forward that far. There's pull down hinge at the hips. With it engaged, she can give you almost the full splits. And then she can kick forward that far and back that far. Cut at the upper thigh, 360 degree rotation there. Double hinged, pinless knee. Works well, gives you that much bend. And whoop, I was going to say nothing in the shin, but it is. There's a boot cut in the upper shin, 360 degrees of rotation there. Then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker, or a pin for rocker, not necessarily forward facing. So as far as storage for her stuff goes, her bolts will go in her Quarrel, but all of them not quite like they should, because this one can't go in point first, so it has to hang out like that. Her knife goes right there. She has to hold her across. Oh, she's got a knife right there. So I was right. That knife did look like it goes with her, because it does go with her, and it goes right in that sheath that falls off her leg. All right, there you have it, my friends. There's a look at Quarrel. Now let's take a look at Lieutenant Falcon. And I have to say, they did a much better job on the face paint this time than they did on the regular release. And in fact, this set was on clearance when I bought it, and I bought it with the express purpose of swapping the heads. So that is what I'm going to do with this, and I'll probably put the steel core head on him. So he's got these nice shoulder pads with bullets and stuff on it. This overlay here, which I'm sure is going to hinder up some movement, and then the belt there, and there's a hoop there, I think, for the flashlight. I don't think Quarrel has that. And then there's a holster for his gun, a little splash of paint there on the knee pads, nice sculpted detail there in the boots. So let's talk about his articulation a bit. He can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's got a little bit of chicken neck. He's got some waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, butterfly, back that far, forward that far. So nice range there. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder as well. And get that much bend out of it. But you have to, play with these shoulder pads a little bit. They do tend to get in the way, even when they're not on there all the way correctly. So there is a cut at the upper bicep, and again, that shoulder pad gets in the way, so it will rotate 360 degrees. Double hinged, pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend with the shoulder pad getting in the way. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and the other side is up and down. So that's always good. So I'm sure there's some cuts going on in the torso. Can't really see them though because of the overlay. At the waist, he does get a 360 degree rotation. Now with whatever's under the vest here and the waist in conjunction, oh there it is, it's a standard ab hinge, or at least what I call a standard ab hinge. So he leans back that far and he can lean forward that far. The overlay here does get in the way a little bit. Pull down hinge at the hips gives him, He can give you that much of the split, so not great for a pull-down hinge. He can kick forward that far, just slightly less than 90 degrees, and back about a full foot length of his own foot. I don't know, that didn't make sense, did it? So cut at the upper thigh, and it gives you a 360 degree rotation. That gets in the way a little bit. Double hinged, pinless knee. And it's tight. Dang, I thought I had this guy worked loose. Guess not. Let's see the other leg, dude. There we go. So he gets that much bend out of the knee. And then at the top of the shin, there is a boot cut for another 360 degree rotation. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, up that far, and a pin for rocker. Now, as far as storage for his stuff goes, put this handkerchief around his neck, put his beret on his head. It fits on there pretty tightly. His pistol goes in the holster. That falls out of position. His backpack posts in very easily and stays there pretty good. And then he has to hold his shotgun. And then I'm not going to fight with this hoop right now to put a flashlight in it. But I think that's what goes there. Pretty sure, anyway. So there you have it, my friends. If this gal will stand up. And I said gal, not guy. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figures and their accessories and storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force 2-pack of Lieutenant Falcon and Quarrel with the G.I. Joe Classified Series retro-carded Scarlet and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Lieutenant Falcon. Here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force 2-pack of Lieutenant Falcon and Quarrel with the Valaverse Action Force Special Deployment Series Swarm Sentry and the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Scarab. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Walmart exclusive Night Force 2-pack of Lieutenant Falcon and Quarrel, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force Lieutenant Falcon and Quarrel 2-pack, I have to say there's some things to be desired. I don't know if everyone has QC issues on their Quarrel like I do. But it's quite disappointing. I can tell you that. And I don't know exactly what the issue is. The peg moves fine. I think the arm ball may be too big for the shoulder cup. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's the way that it looks. So that's a bit disappointing. The Falcon, I'm hoping to be able to use the head off of this one on the regular one, simply because the other one looks like total shit. And this figure, I'll make a steel core Night Force. So, tons of accessories. And I will say, if you do get the flashlight into Falcon's belt loop, like I got it in there, you may not be able to get it out, so just be aware of that fact. Where his knee was stuck, a little bit of heat fixed it right up, so no issues there. And I guess that's it, my friends. A mixed bag of a 2-pack. I'm glad it was on clearance when I got it. And there's that. So, figures look great. I'll give them that. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Issue does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe. If you would like to see more content or just help channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.